Hi there, it's Catrin from 3Ps, and this video is about the question, will lifting weights make me a meathead? And that is a question I get asked a lot, particularly by women, but also increasingly by men, where I have clients who are intelligent professionals. They are very concerned that they don't end up with their necks looking as if they work security on a nightclub, sort of bouncer type necks. And they also want to know that they're going to end up with a look which they're comfortable with. I usually start by saying to them, if they want to look like the sort of Mr. Universe type or bodyguard type guy, they're going to have to work extremely hard over a number of years, because you don't just wake up one morning after a week of weights and look massive. To get to that stage takes years and years and years. Champion bodybuilders have been building for years, often 5, 10, 15 years to get to the peak of their size. So to build size isn't going to happen overnight. The second thing I would say is that in terms of what size you get to, you have to look at where you start. So you look at your body type. If you are naturally quite slight with long lean muscles, you're going to make life very difficult if you ever did try and aim to look massive, because your body type is not going to support that. Bodybuilding can't change you from who you are. If you're small and slight, you can put muscle on, but it's very difficult for you to get big. If you are someone who builds muscle quite easily, and that applies to both men and women, then you have more potential to build muscle, and you certainly would get gains in your fitness more quickly than if you were small and light. But you, again, are not going to get massive without years of training very, very heavy. And third, I would say, is that if you look at those bodybuilders, the majority of them obviously cycle steroids. That's how they get that size and maintain that size. And there are what they call natural bodybuilders, who are bodybuilders who have eschewed all drugs, and they can be quite big, but again, they're lifting very heavy for a very long time to get to that size. I'll give you a story about some bodybuilders. There was a bodybuilding competition in Greece, and the drug testers arrived unannounced, and every single competitor ran off, every single one. So I think you can assume that at most high levels of bodybuilding there is steroid use. You have to make up your own mind about that. My personal view on steroids is based on my relationships. I know a number of bodybuilders, I'm friendly with a number, is that the thing with steroids is they often push you beyond where physically your body should go. So they allow you to recover from injury, or to lift heavier than you would normally be able to, because then you can carry more muscle on your frame, and they stress the body in ways that the body was not meant to be stressed. And I know a number of bodybuilders who were champions who've now got recurrent injuries, particularly back problems, because they've lifted very, very heavy and beyond where the weight their frame could support it. So my concern with any sort of steroid use is, quite apart from the issues around cheating and that it's meant to be a sport and you shouldn't be, giving yourself a leg up drug-wise, is actually what it does to you health-wise. It's just not worth it, because you walk off that stage with a medal or a cup, but then you have to go back to real life, and if you've given yourself back problems in particular, you're going to live with those problems for the rest of your life. So I would say that even if you wanted to get massive, steroids are not the way to go. Years and years of training would be. But if you don't want to get massive, if you're not taking steroids and you're not training for years and years and years very, very heavy, it is an impossibility that you're going to become a meathead. The aim with any form of weight training, and me as a trainer specialising in weight training, my aim for you is to create a body that you want that's also in symmetry. So I would not be recommending, for example, that you do loads of chest work, so that you end up with this sort of this sort of hunched, you stand up, you get a sense, and you get this sort of hunched look. My aim would be for you to create, as for example, if you're a man, a nice broad shoulders with a narrowing down to a nice waist. But that would mean training your chest and your back, and also training your obliques on your waist to get that shape. I wouldn't, if you said to me I wanted to be, I want to look fit, I want to look nice in muscle without being too heavy, my job would be to design a program which got you there, not to do a one size fits all, here's a bodybuilding program, which will give you a big neck and give you massive muscles here, but actually not develop what you want to develop. So you shouldn't have a concern about getting massive. It's almost impossible to do, and if you are clear about what you want to achieve, then either speak to a personal trainer, have a look on this channel, because there are lots of workouts on here. Don't worry about getting massive. I said it's just it's just not going to happen without injecting drugs or just adopting the whole bodybuilding lifestyle. If you're a woman and you're thinking, I don't want to lift weights because I'm going to get massive, what I would say to that is, again, you're not going to look like a meathead from lifting a few weights. What you are going to look like is curvaceous. And if you think about, for example, female role models on bodybuilding, you might be surprised to know that most underwear models pump iron. They particularly do squats because those types of exercises are great at shaping the body. They're about giving the body firmness, but they're not about getting massive. So you shouldn't have a concern that you're going to get massive as a woman, because it's just not going to happen. What you are going to end up is looking is really curvaceous, which is really, I think, obviously what we all want. So I would encourage you, male or female, to hit the weights room and do it with confidence, knowing that you're going to end up with a body you like, not that you dislike. If you have any particular queries, questions or concerns, you can reach me. I'm very happy to answer questions. You either leave a message below this video, make sure that you do this or this, whatever you fancy in terms of the video. But you can leave me a comment. I will come back to you because I like to see comments. I like to respond to them. You can also email me if you want to do it privately. And my email is hello@3pspublishing.com. I'll put the email address in the notes to this video. If you're interested in looking at workouts, I've got some workouts that are free to download. If you go on to the website at www.3pspublishing.com/beginners workout, there are 3 different weights workouts you can start with. There are also loads of workout videos on here that you can have a look at. Just get started, and I promise you, you will feel fantastic. You will look so much better, so much healthier. I think when you come back to me in a month's time after that, leave a comment, tell me how you get on. I'd be really interested to know. Thank you for your time. It's always a pleasure to serve you. I hope you got something out of this video, and I will see you soon. It's Catrin from 3Ps. Bye.